How's it going, everybody? My name is James and welcome to the channel. So today I kind of just want to talk about 6 things that you can do to reduce your EGTs. So EGT stands for exhaust gas temperature, and kind of as a rule of thumb, probably you do not want your EGTs above 1250. That's kind of running it safe there, 1250, and if you see it running over 1250, you probably want to do one of these 6 things, just depending on your situation, depending on what you already have done on the truck, and depending on what you're going to do with the truck. So we'll just start with number 1, which would be kind of exhaust, slash intake. The exhaust will, help your EGTs. It will, open up the exhaust, get a free-flowing, good exhaust for it, and that should reduce your EGTs. The intake also might reduce your EGTs, but not significantly compared to your exhaust. But most people do them, both at the same time. It really just depends on your truck. If your truck cannot benefit from an intake, well, then you probably don't need it. But I just threw them together because most people do them at the same time, I would think, or do them around the same time. So I would say throw an exhaust on there. Make sure it's flowing a lot better than the factory exhaust, and that should help your EGTs. So number 2 would be probably the most effective one, which would be water or methanol injection. So if you really need to lower your EGTs and you don't really want to mess around, this will probably do what you want. It will also, add power and possibly fuel mileage depending on the mixture and everything. But you have to refill, the whatever you're using, water or methanol. You have to refill it, and that's what people don't like about it. But it does work, and that'd be my suggestion if you just wanted to do one thing for sure, and try to reduce those EGTs. So that would be number 2. And number 3, from here on, it kind of just depends on your situation and what you want to do. But number 3, I would say, would be maybe exhaust manifolds. I probably would not suggest to just do exhaust manifolds unless you're already working on that area of the motor where it's easy to put in, because they probably won't help you like a ton, but they will help you if you're gonna like mess with the exhaust anyway, or if you're by the motor there. And if you want to have the better exhaust manifolds, better spool and everything, it might be worth just putting those exhaust manifolds because it should reduce your EGTs at least a little bit. Moving on to number 4, which would be an intercooler. Kind of same with the exhaust manifolds. Intercooler is probably not worth it simply for the EGT reduction. They tend to be like a little pricey, maybe $1,000 for an intercooler for like a good new one, and it probably won't reduce your EGTs like that much for $1,000, but it will reduce your EGTs. It should reduce them, maybe 100, maybe 200, but it's probably, like I said, not worth it just for that EGTs. You could probably do other things that are less than $1,000. So number 5 would be a turbo, and getting more air through there, and that's the the whole key of running lower EGTs is really running more air than fuel. If you're running rich, your EGTs are going to go up, so your turbo will help shove more air into your motor. But at the same time, if you're not running aftermarket injectors, you probably won't need a turbo, but maybe you just put really big injectors on your truck where you're running the stock turbo. Well, then at that point you probably need a bigger turbo. So like I said, all these depend on really your situation. And the last one, which would be number 6, would be re-gearing the truck. So some people, throw 35-inch, 37-inch, maybe 40-inch tires on a truck, and all of a sudden their EGTs jump. Well, to reduce those EGTs because of those tires, well, you could do all the previous stuff I talked about, but you could also, change your gear ratio. So say your factory gear ratio is, 373. Maybe you want to go to a 410, or something that's above that ratio there. So 410 or up, I would say, might help your EGTs unless you're running a factory 410. Maybe you would want like maybe something like a 456 or something. I don't know. It just depends on what your truck is and what gear ratio you'd want. But if you really want to reduce those EGTs after putting like big wheels and tires on the truck, that should help you. Your gearing is what you should be looking at there. And those are really kind of the 6 things. There's probably some more that I'm not thinking of, but those are kind of the main things. And if you thought this video was helpful, please throw a like on it, and please subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.